best of 5 drafting. We've got all these kind of champions to keep in mind. Elk, Kaisa at the top of that list, but it's just going to be so exciting to see how these coaches take us through these pick bans.
Maybe they just live it up for game 1 and give themselves a, you know, a 1-down loss here. Maybe IG just want to get it off the table. But we're looking at those bans already. Waybo, they are going to have that kind of first pick set up here, but it is going to be the LeBlanc Nico Vi ban that they chose. It's the Oriana J4 and the Poppy ban from IG. So knowing Jiejie wants these picks and taking them away from him, Rumble first pick for Waybo.
Yeah, the LeBlanc ban interests me the most. And I mean, if there's any player who you're banning that from, I suppose Rookie would be someone who comes to mind.
It's either Rookie or Xiaohu, one of the two.
Exactly. That's going to be a big champion in this particular series. We'll see if they keep banning that. But yeah, a lot of the OPs left up here, Rumble, Varus, immediately snagging those. Rise is one of the more sketchy champs, because let's say there's some champions who do really well into him, such as Cassiopeia and Anivia. So we're going to see how that goes. But again, a very strong champion, completely S tier in his own right. So we got a really, really powerful
Old man's pretty strong.
Here.
Yeah, he's been pretty strong. We'll see.
Blue man, bro. I don't know. It's something about those blue genetics, man. I don't know how he does it.
It's just something about it, man. We're getting a pretty aggressive 3-piece from Waybo right now with this Pantheon for Jiejie to really take control of the map. Something we've been looking forward to him doing into this matchup against Jwei, and the Azir coming in for Xiaohu.
Yeah, and that is honestly my favorite character to play, my favorite character to watch, and my favorite character to cast. So I'm so excited to either be proud of or make fun of Xiaohu's Azir tonight. This is gonna be very interesting one way or the other. And that's probably why you want to ban LeBlanc, because Rookie would be cooking him. Rookie locking in the Zins out for Wei there. So that's gonna round out the first stage of the draft. I mean, who are you favoring here? I mean, I gotta go with the team that has Azir, man.
The Azir, I mean, that's a little biased, I feel like. All right, the Varus of the Rise do give me a lot of promise for IG's comp, but I do wonder where they kind of tee things off here, where they get that momentum going for themselves, because Xin Zhao, obviously a very classic pick for Wei, but something that also wants to be in that skirmish conversation, wants to be taking control of the map, much just like the Pantheon is going to be. But in the second phase, we already get the Lulu ban, we get the Ezreal ban, so some bot lane focuses for both teams.
Yeah, the Lulu ban is pretty interesting because they're already showing Varus, and typically you want to build poke, so Lulu's not that great. But it's because they have Xin Zhao. I feel like enchanting Xin Zhao is just so OP because he's already immune to damage. If he's also getting shields for the people who can damage him, he's just unkillable. So that does make some pretty good sense. And it's going to be Weibo, or no, it's going to be IG picking next because they're going to get the last pick blue side. So if you're picking next here as IG, you definitely want to save your last pick for top or support. Which one do you think needs the last pick more?
That's hard. I personally really want to see Jwei on something easily handleable, and also maybe something that goes into this bot lane matchup, because when he finds engages, I think that's when he's looking the best. We get the Ambessa ban with a little bit of that flexibility over towards IG from Waybo, either trying to keep that pick for later or take that away for right now against Soboro. But it's a lot of options still available for IG, and obviously they won't have that kind of setup just yet to figure out exactly where they want to use the counter pick. But the Ashe comes through. It's something that's been rising in priority in the support role too, but it could just be that Varus top that we've been seeing all over the place.
Whoa, you just blew my mind with that last point there. I'm like, wait, is this just carry a Hail of Blades Ashe? Like, we're just back? Like, Bandle Pipes, question mark? But the Varus also has flex. So this is some crazy cookery where the Varus can go top, or you can just go like Hail of Blades.
Are they cooking too much though? Is the pots boiling over at IG's kitchen, or what? We're in the Iron Chef right now.
I mean, it's hard not to be, but Varus into Rumble, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. I think even if you have barrier or exhaust or something, you can still just lane against him, and it's no big deal.
I love all your analytics. I love like your deep analysis. I could go on listening to you for hours. They picked Jin on 4, so Waybo win game 1. I'm sorry.
Waybo win game 1 is but it's Elk Jin.
They picked Jin on 4. Like it's the combination. You 4 Jin. Like it's easy as that. The Karma is gonna make the Jin lane very strong though.
Yeah. So I mean, if it is the Varus Ashe bot now, I mean, cheers to that.
It's Ashe Seraphine bot lane.
They're so smart, by the way. They're cooking so hard. No way.
I like it. I'm here for it. I mean, both extremely oppressive bot lanes, and we said how much bot lane will matter. Photic has to hold on, and with this comp, he's going to be doing a lot more than holding on.
Yeah, I mean, all I can think about is the junglers just sprinting top lane, because if you're drafting Varus top in competitive, you best believe the entire early game is going to be caring about that. It might not be centered around it, because one team might be willing to just sacrifice that being the weak side. Like, if it would be crazy to just leave Rumble up there and say, yeah, Xin Zhao's pathing up to you, good luck, have fun. So I would not be surprised to see both junglers pathing up, and I just have no idea what to expect. This is such a clever draft, though. I love it so much. You get the Seraphine Ashe and you get the Varus flex. Wow, just wow.
Hey, it's something, you know, we've seen from both of them before on IG. It is a very damaging, very pressure-oriented composition in that bot lane 2v2. I think the Jhin Karma gives a little bit of pushback there, though. The poke damage can be extremely strong. And while maybe looking at the top lane early on for the junglers, I do still think a little bit of love could go a long way in that bot lane 2v2, because whoever gets an advantage down there really puts pressure on the other bot lane, but also opens up all the objective conversations that you would want to have with the junglers like these who want to keep pace, want to keep tempo.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a sight to behold. Let's get some gyos, maybe.
That's going to be a fun one. We got playoffs continuing. It is game one of the night. Waybo versus IG.
And it's just game one, so the crowd's going to get a little more enthusiastic.
Still got
as
all their
the night
coats
goes
on and stuff.
You
know,
already
get
know.
comfortable.
You already know.
Got to go get a hot dog or,
of course,
popcorn.
And I really want to go to an LPL game in person myself. You know,
they are insane, man. They are.
I'm so excited.
I've been to a lot of traditional sports games, and like, oh god, the energy is just such a different beast in the esports scene in China. It's pretty awesome. But we see the fruits of the labor in the draft of both bot lanes having that poke orientation here, Foles.
Yeah, so it's just an extremely volatile early game regardless, because as soon as you're having Varus and you're having these, like, look, of course you have to heal level 1 because it's just absolute war down here. Every click could just be the click that wins the lane, right? So we're getting level 2 first here. This is a huge trade from Waybo.
Yeah, and that's going to be the flash out of Photic. Get away from the chain from Erha. That's a really big utilization of the flash, because now big plays can come through. And guess who's pathing at least down towards bot lane initially? It's Jiejie.
Yeah, and we didn't get to touch on it much.
He's actually going top. He's doing the 3 camp
that is
towards
so
top.
illegal. This has to work, by the way. This has to work.
His game is in such a dire place. We can't get this to work. Is Soboro ready? Are we going to see it? We're stuck in the bush.
Clicking
We got
so
the vision.
far.
Saboro takes the bait. He takes the bait. He's going to go down. Are they going to get him now as well? Saboro gets flashed on by both Waybo. And that's going to be Jiejie with the help of Zika claiming first blood for Waybo.
Wow, I mean, he goes down there, the Soboro, you know, filling in the Shy's shoes on the Varus top, which we got to see in the qualifier for Worlds last year. But unfortunately, that's not what happened to the Shy. He did end up dying here on the Varus top, but it's a question of how worth it is, MAzel. I gotta bring it into question, because the Pantheon and the Rumble both expended flash, and now Pantheon doesn't have like any timers to go top for the longest while. He's gonna be stuck in the bot side for the next 90 seconds at least. And Varus keeps his flash here, and Pantheon's tempo is completely behind. You see Xin Zhao finishing the top crab now. It means he's going to have some recourse. He's going to have some say in what happens next on the map. We got advantage Jwei in the jungle.
Yeah, at least right now we're in that checker situation. One jungle goes, the next jungle has to find a response. Right now that response from Jwei is going to be to back after he got done with his clear. So he will have a little bit more resources than Jiejie from his neutral camp clears, but he'll still need to find a way to be active. And Zika will now have to find a way to use this small lead that he's gotten to keep hold of that top side of the map.
Yeah, so if you look closely to the pings here, it seems that both junglers are well aware of the fact that this spawning Raptor camp on Pantheon's jungle in that top side there is going to be a point of contention, because Pantheon's just now starting up the blue, and this is Xin Zhao finishing his recall as well and already having cleared all of his camps. So Xin Zhao really wants to take his time here to get the enemy Raptors, and Rookie looks like he could probably facilitate that here, coming off a recall himself, having the Ghost. I don't know if Zika could come. So unfortunately, it looks like Jwei is just not going to really have enough time to get the enemy Raptors, but we want to see a counterplay from Jwei here. He still has Flash.
That deadly flourish connects. That could be a dead Photic. He again has the barrier, but no Flash. Those chains can be very deadly against Photic, as nobody has come towards this bot side, but there is still a small pressure advantage for Weibo's 2v2. Should be bouncing back and forth here now, as we do see both junglers back up in the top side of the map. But about this dragon coming up in about 10 seconds, the priority on bot lane is going to start mattering even more if they do want to start getting those stacking early.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting timer here, because Xin Zhao has at least 40 seconds of dead time now, where none of his camps are going to spawn. So, like, it feels really awkward to just recall and click on the dragon. You don't really have the conditions for that. So maybe they're going to look top with Ryze ult here. I would love that a lot more.
They are going to look. Not level 6 there for Jwei just yet, but Rookie's going to pop that Realm Warp, try to get Zika, try to get a little bit of the gold back at the 3-talent strike with the Chains of Corruption. Does all connect. The Equalizer misses the minion wave by a little bit, and that'll be some recompense for IG. Meanwhile, on the bot side, that double is going to miss from Jwei, and now the lockdown comes Photic's way, and Jiejie gets his first kill of the game, and that's going to be his second assist, at least. 2-1 for Waybo, and potentially the Dragon going their way too now.
Yeah, and I was just about to say IG is so back, because that play onto Rumble is absolutely astronomical. I mean, now Varus having this gold lead is probably going to be able to oppress him, if not for the rest of the game, if Rumble doesn't find some kind of timer soon here. But unfortunately, Photic, from his previous flash burn,
Xiaohu was trying to lean. He was trying to go for a play on a Rookie, but the play has been put onto him. Wei ends up saying hello and gets the kill for IG right back.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch that again, but I think Xiaohu got rooted as he initially ER'd in, so he didn't really have the timing to flash there. I mean, Rookie really making good use out of both of his spells there. That's why I really like going the Ghost into Azir, whether it's Ryze or Syndra or honestly a lot of champs, just because movement speed is so useful.
Oh, the flash from Jiejie right onto Rookie's face, and he goes down. That's going to be a level 6 Jiejie now. Wei coming over, does have the Crescent Guard available, can block a decent amount of damage, but also can dish it. Jiejie is going to try to find his exit here. Erha is doing a decent amount of poke, and that was truly a kill set up by Erha right there onto Rookie.
Yeah, I can't help but just be a bit surprised as to how chaotic this game is. I mean, I'm so surprised we got even more combat here. But yeah, like to have Rumble die and then Photic die thereafter. Oh! Beautiful ulti from Photic.
Get baited. Wei just takes the easy clean-up kill. Erha caught with his mistakes, and now the dragon cannot be finished by Waybo.
That is so convenient for IG. They get the beautiful kill onto the extremely aggressive Erha, immediately into the Drake start as well that Pantheon probably otherwise would have gotten. So it's not like it's just one Drake, it's also like the opponent gets -1 as well. So that is so huge. Meanwhile, Soboro here is just so grateful that that's how it's looking down there, because he's just going to be scaling up nicely, and that's going to really put IG in a good spot for this game. Really close spot, though.
Oh, man, another bait play on the bot lane, this time onto Elk. They can't get the finishing kill onto it, and Deadly Flourish will go wide again. Unfortunately, he's missed almost all of them. It's going to be something that might come back to bite him later on, but this is going to be a nice little triumphant back and forth between these two teams, and I love it because it's fully centered around Wei and Jiejie. Not only that history we talked about, but they are just going blow for blow here on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, that lore was so exciting, or so interesting to find about, and that's why this is so exciting, is because you were telling me how they were having that talk back then of when Jiejie really wanted to stick together with Rookie, and it was with the Shy back then, but he really wanted that to be his team, but they benched him, they replaced him with Wei, and now Jiejie has been making this name for his own, where he's really proving that he might just be the better player, and we just have to see.
Another big play coming in from Jiejie. That will be the curtain call popped Ooh, missing that third shot's going to come back to bite him. Fourth shot, not enough. If he hit that third one, maybe it makes a difference, but it's going to be IG pressured off of their turret on the bot side.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but if I got benched and I was playing against the person I got benched for, I would go my absolute hardest. So that's what we're looking at here with both these junglers 2-0-1, MAzel.
And honestly, he did. I mean, if you remember the last outing of these two teams, Waybo kind of ran them through the ringer, not going to lie. It was a pretty big slackening of a 2-0 for Waybo in that case. Obviously, the first meeting of these two teams was the very beginning of this winter split and a 2-1 victory for Waybo. So they've definitely had the upper hand of IG, but this is an IG that has been showing some teeth themselves. They already got the first dragon, and now they're looking at the grubs too, all three of them, while Jiejie is still clearing his side of the map.
Yeah, this is an IG who's having a really good start to this series right now. I didn't fully catch what happened down there in the ball lane, but to both survive and both spend flash, I think you're pretty happy with that to get the grubs and the Xin Zhao pressure in the top side. If he gets away with these Raptors and can just full clear, he's going to be up like 16 CS, but Jiejie's here.
They're going to go fisticuffs now. He's got a level advantage on him, but he has a lot of damage. Gressing Guard's going to be used. Rookie comes over the Realm Warp. Here comes Xiaohu, though. Big sweep under the turret. Wei just tries to go for the kill, but dies. That's a big pick from Xiaohu. Unk's got hands, baby.
Yeah, Xiaohu says, what are you realm warping into? This is my territory, and knocks them straight into his tower, really making good use of the Azir R there to knock him over that huge wall. So Wei just getting knocked like 500 plus units across the map. That's extremely good counterplay from Xiaohu there. And I thought it was extremely aggressive out of Wei. I wasn't really liking that fight. And meanwhile,
now they find the little bit of an angle onto Soboro. He is very strong, though. He's level 9, does have the barrier, but he's not strong enough to get away from the damage of Waybo. He gets answered in the top lane, and now I'm just going to say Erha having an incredible opening to this series. He has been all over the map, affecting every single lane, and this tag team duo of him and Jiejie are really going to town.
yeah, that tag team duo is really going to town. And meanwhile, our MVP down here is just fully withstanding the 1v2, losing what? A sliver of HP, if none. And yeah, Soboro there, that death is not quite as excusable as the first one. I mean, Pantheon sacrificed so much to kill him the first time. That time you should have known, and more combat.
The flash from Erha, you madman. That's going to be the encore coming in, but here comes Jiejie with the flash Q to get the kill. Erha is not going to survive. Photic gets a little bit of mana back, but he will be taken down as well by Jiejie, who goes on to a 5-kill spread already in this game number 1.
Yeah, suddenly, ever since the junglers were both 2-0-1, Jiejie has just fully taken that matchup by storm, being 5 kills here on the Pantheon with everybody on Waybo having the gold lead. This is an extremely different spot than it was a few minutes ago. I can only wonder what IG's best hopes are. They've got the first Drake. Perhaps they can hopefully finesse this second one. Otherwise, it looks like Waybo has a really big snowball building here.
And then we have Dragon in about 30 seconds, but something I wanted to highlight was this has been a trend for IG. They are aggressive in the early game, a lot of the time led by Wei, and sometimes he's a little overzealous because he feels like he has to make every play for this team. And that little microcosm between the turrets in mid earlier might just be a little bit of a sign of the symptoms. But that Dragon coming up is going to be in total control of Waybo as they take that bot lane. IG going to look for the top lane answer.
Yeah, I do like the counterplay here. They should always be killing Rumble. If he lives, that would be a shame.
Got flash. He's going to flash preemptively to get away from the prison, and he is out of there.
That is a shame indeed. We're committing the 4 champs up there, and Zika just completely leaving them none the wiser, flashing out with his Nimbus Cloak. That is so good because the commit from IG is so much to try and make a cross-map play on the opposite side of this dragon. Now let's see what Waybo does because they have a turn of their own here.
Get a lot of gold here as well with that bot lane, and here comes their play on top side. They are fully committing to this. Grand Starfall not available, so Jiejie will just have to walk his way there. It looks like they call off the play. The turret is gone. It'll be the first turret of the game going in favor of IG. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Right onto the Realm Warp from IG and the Wombo combo haymaker onto Erha.
Okay, I must admit that did give me some low-key goosebumps. I have not seen such a good cross-map play, and it's going to have more.
Oh no, Soboro misses the Chains of Corruption, but it doesn't matter. He's got all of his teams there, as everybody except for Photic joins in on that top lane play, and they get a little bit more damage on the top lane tier 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like IG was just a bunch of lost, like, ducklings or something there, but suddenly they made nothing out of something, or something out of nothing, rather, and that find there onto Erha with the arrow into the Realm Warp, I've honestly never seen that, using the global in conjunction with the Realm Warp. That's so extremely well played out of IG. They've totally found something out of nothing, MAzel. I can't help but emphasize it.
Gonna be big to play off of. Still, decent chunk of a lead for Waybo. We will have another objective to force over in about 30 seconds on that Rift Herald. Now, IG have done a good job of keeping control of the map itself in certain ways. Really grouping up together has been the biggest strength. I will say, though, little slight thing is Photic still behind on his quest. Really needs to get that thing completed as quickly as possible. Losing out on gold comparatively to Elk. You do wonder how quickly that's going to come online, and especially now that these first items have come online, does your prognosis of the next fight change at all for either side?
Yeah, I mean, luckily the quest proc's not going to necessarily impact the current amount of power that he has, but he really does want to finish that ASAP so his power level can increase as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, if anything, MAzel, as Waybo, you might just want to cash out this cull here on Jin, really make use of that gold lead and materialize it in the inventories. But I mean, I think they're just in a stronger position regardless, so there's no real need to play like that. Again, they're doing this thing where they're all playing together.
They've got the improved blast cone to try to make a play on the Xiaohu. He does have vision there, but the improved blast cone brings you so far. He'll be able to shifting sands his way away. He'll be just fine. But do you favor IG now? Like, do you feel like they have a good chance to fight now that they have kind of the Dusk and Dawn completed for Soboro, and these next 5-on-5s are looming?
Gosh, I can't help but think not. I think that Soboro is looking pretty strong here, but you don't want to be grouping yet.
That's going to be the swoop and dupe there for Jiejie as he gets the kill over. As Rookie has fallen, now Wei going to rely on the TP coming in from Soboro to really help out. The Dusk and Dawn is going to be doing work here, but they do lose Wei. The frontliner is gone for IG. They traded one back, but Soboro will soon fall just off the back of it to Jiejie, who gets another kill. Another big pick onto Jwei, and he's just going to go up the long-range shot from Zika. The red carpet is rolled out for you, my friend, and that 5-on-5 is not going to matter much anymore, is it, Foles?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was just about to say, is I don't think we're ready to group. I mean, look, we're putting together the pieces of our next item here on the Varus. We're probably about to buy a Nashor's Tooth. I just don't think you TP here as Soboro. I think you just let Rookie die and life goes on. But, of course, IG waning or sounding all of the alarms saying that, oh, they dare step to Rookie, we must punish. But, unfortunately, you cannot. There are no consequences of the negative variety for Waybo here, and IG tried to change that reality, that which they could not, even losing Jwei's flash here at the end of the play. As
God, that's brutal, man. That's like one of those facepalm moments every time in solo queue. Like, I just shouldn't have flashed. I was gonna die anyways.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally. But we look at the scoreboard, it doesn't say much more than a 3K gold lead. It feels like more, but if we look at the inventories, nothing is too scary here. I mean, the Jin inventory could be a lot. Both junglers have Sundered Sky Cleaver. You can posture here as IG. It is difficult, but you can.
They'll move in. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will hit onto Zika, actually, and they did get a prison onto Elk. That's going to be an encore onto 3 members. Jiejie trying to cleanse out and trying to get out, but he can't do it. Now they get 1 kill in return. Xiaohu going for the sweep, and that's the Emperor of Shurima to you, as that's going to be a full, clean sweep of the fight, and that's going to be Dragon for Waybo as well. The only 2 members left are Soboro and Rookie, and maybe they try to find a pick somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Xiaohu must be a fan of the Party Rock Anthem because every day he's shuffling, baby. Come on. I mean, that he didn't even have to flash or nothing. Just a quick EQR, light business. They're going to get the second Drake, and the gold lead not increasing all too much, but it can't help but feel like the game state is crumbling apart here, man.
Just a little thing for Soboro there. The charged Q plus the Chains of Corruption look very similar on that skin. He tried to double cast it on top of each other. Now we look back at the play here.
Yeah, I mean, Xiaohu pulling up, and apparently both of the squishy carries are standing exactly on top of each other. Xiaohu says bet, slides right in, scoops him up, delivery system right on top of the rest of his team's damage source, and they just get completely deletified. And yeah, that's really good for Weibo to secure this second Drake here. But again, it's somehow, some way, this gold lead is not growing all too much. So IG, maybe with this Roa proc, maybe with this 2-item Varus, maybe with a few more items, man, they can get somewhere, can't they?
They could, maybe. The team fighting, the scaling, it's definitely there. Something we talked about for the teams themselves. Jiejie, though, he's gotten his gold down a little bit. He still has another shutdown, but he had a 700 gold shutdown before he died right there. He does still have the Rift Herald play, though. That's going to be a lot of standing gold for Weibo. They just got to decide where they want to use it, either top or mid.
I mean, one fact that remains of any given League of Legends game is the mid lane tier 1 tower is extremely important. But meanwhile, in the top and bot lane, they don't care about the mid lane tower.
Jiejie coming to save old Zika here. He's going to find Soboro, and unfortunately, Soboro is just an ADC, even though he was playing in top lane, and the 8-1 Pantheon will grace Summoner's Rift here for Waybo and for Jiejie, as Photic trying to do the fancy feet. Oh, didn't get that one. 4th shot. This is the one that matters. Oh, he hit it. All right. Well, Elk just has the better of Photic. He's going to dodge out of another deadly flourish, but Waybo just going to keep pressuring, keep pushing the buttons of IG.
Yeah, overall, it's pretty good that you're able to trade on the opposite side lane with Ryze slaying Azir there, but they're going to go ahead and try raising this tower. There's still a whole extra plate here. This is pretty big to have your tower survive the Rift Herald, but I don't know if they can keep this standing much longer. Elk is pressing every click forward here. I mean, it just seems like a matter of time before he raises this.
Keep trying to pressure, but that I gotta say, that tier 2 in the side lane, yeah, it got a lot of value. And we actually didn't see this here, the Realm War coming through, and I was wondering why Xiaohu was dead. He got ganked, and they lose a tier 2 tower because of it and his life.
Yeah, that's the kind of look that you do need here as IG. You have to have some kind of favorable outcomes take place. This looks pretty cheeky. I'm not sure if Soboro is going to show here. I would expect him to shadow behind. And I don't think it's going to necessarily net them anything. I feel like it's pretty likely this is a fight, though.
Zika took the bait. TP going to come in. Equalizer is there, clearing the wave. The TP is going to be a little bit late, but Jiejie and Erha are here. TP arrives. Xiaohu just gets obliterated outright. A double kill for Soboro. That Dusk and Dawn is doing so much damn work right now. A triple kill for Soboro. We asked, is he going to be the one to step up? Can he be the one? He's got a quadra kill now. He's looking for the penta, but it's going to be Rookie and the rest of the team locking down Elk. One more piercing arrow. No, it's going to be taken by Photic.
Oh, that was his moment to ascend from the Soboro to the Shy, but he couldn't quite get the Penta. So beautiful, though, for IG. How did they find that? God.
It's called Dusk and Dawn. It's this new item that they introduced in League of Legends in 2026.
Yeah, I mean, Soboro is waiting from dusk to dawn to be there for this play. He was literally waiting in the shadows, and I don't think Xiaohu nor anyone was expecting or prepared for this. He just dies in one hit, barely gets off the Emperor's Divide, which Soboro so cleanly backsteps. And at this point, the Varus is absolutely online. Press the attack, Dusk and Dawn. He's doing so much damage. Just look how quickly he's taking them out. And the lower they are, the more damage he does. And they're all just getting lower by the auto. It could very well have been the Penta.
Let's see how egregious it is, Photic. You didn't need to do it.
It's so close. It really is, man. But at the end of the day, like, that Varus Q can only be charged for so long. You can only wonder, had he waited. Here we go. He's just going to one-shot him, no?
Yeah, almost with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, too. Luckily, Zika did flash away from that one, but that gold lead that Waybo had meticulously grown is gone, shattered in the blink of an eye by Soboro, the top lane of IG.
Yeah, I mean, according to the AI metrics there, it looks like IG's win chance shot from like sub 50 to 63% right now. I mean, I guess this Varus is just fully online and cooking. This Chemtech Drake is not territory Weibo wants to give up at all.
to get that soul point. They want that decision-making power, but they've lost so much confidence. There's no Enchanted Crystal Arrow or Chains of Corruption at this moment. Chains of Corruption is such a short cooldown. It'll be up very soon, but it looks like they don't want to make a proactive play. IG going to wait in the river, not go ahead and necessarily fully burst down the dragon just yet, but with this vision, they will be able to know that Waybo don't want to commit, and Elk gets flashed on by Rookie. Rookie will have a little bit more damage back there onto Zika as well. They do end up getting the flash out, or at least the cleanse out of Elk, but that dragon will be IG's.
Yeah, that's pretty nice as IG that you're not having to fight there, because, I mean, the Varus having no flash is an absolute target, and you already know the man who we've been discussing for the majority of this match, the Jiejie, wants nothing more than to slam directly on top of Soboro's forehead and take him out after what he just did to his team. But it's just going to be a waiting game. We're just going to have to see if Soboro oversteps or if Jiejie can find him, because if not, this Varus is just a wrecking ball destined to take out Weibo's Nexus.
Unfortunately, we're also starting to see where Elk is losing a little bit of his value, maybe gaining. Oh, if he didn't miss those 2 shots, maybe he missed his 3rd. He hits the 4th, but it's on the tanky target, and now Xiaohu will get double locked down, but does get away from majority of it. Elk trying to show his worth now, trying to look for a dancing grenade, goes for the kill from Jiejie onto Wei, but that'll still be the flank getting locked down by Waybo. They finding pieces, they're finding the puzzle here. They just need the corner pieces, and it looks like Waybo are going to corner in IG. Wei is going to try to get 1 kill back, can't do it. Jiejie gets the kill there.
I mean, thankfully, Wei gets a lot of damage down there before going down himself. That's probably going to prevent Waybo from starting up this Baron, but there's a lot of fruit. There's a Karma. Their health bars are going up. They want to fight this. They want an aggressive look here.
I don't know. This is dangerous. No big ults except for the Realm Warp there, and Rookie just obliterates Erha. That's going to be a deadly first. It does connect. The double is going to land, getting the root onto Xiaohu. The Baron's still at a little bit more than a quarter. It's going to heal up, and Rookie is looking for a little bit of a flank angle. He knows he can just one-shot some of the squishier members here. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is not available. You saw the Hawk shot there, and Waybo will be denied the Baron and forced off the play.
Yeah, a really brazen Baron start there, in my opinion, from Waybo. I mean, like I said, as soon as Wei gets down that much damage, I would say that prevents them from starting it. How does this all even transpire? It's a look onto Jwei here. This Deadly Flourish landing leads to the next 20 seconds of combat, because now both teams are trying to either press the advantage or prevent the enemy team from doing what they want to do. We see TPs come flying in, and I think this equalizer from Zika makes it so hard for Soboro to play. He's trying to find some ground to deal damage on, but look, Zika just takes up all of that space right there with the equalizer, forcing him all the way back. But yeah, like I said, thankfully Wei and thankfully Rookie were able to get those chunks out towards the end of that fight so that Baron attempt did not succeed.
And I'm just going to say a little bit of hindsight 2020. Elk, you definitely earned that all-pro, but man, those bullets hurt Jins around the world. You're getting so close to taking down Jwei, but can't do it there. And now they're going to try another little bit of a pressure play for Vision up towards this top side of the map. But it's still a dead even game. Looking at 3rd item completions across the board here soon. Majority of members have already completed that, including Soboro, who now has his Zanyas.
Yeah, I mean, once Elk does get that 4th item, though, you know, Jin with the magic number 4, might I say, he is going to be so online, just one-shotting everything with his 2K gold lead. So as much as those shots were painful to watch, once that LDR or that mortal reminder does come in, he's going to be absolutely taking names next time a fight like that happens.
Another thing to keep in mind on is that Bald Blue Man is getting to his 4th item as well, and also has that kind of little bit of a boost he can use there, and being able to try to find now these next fights coming up with the Dragon in about a minute. It would be that sole point for either side, but right now Waybo are pressuring up topside, trying to clean up some of the standing gold on the map, and Xiaohu will take down the outer turret and pop the Sun Disc.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up. Rise has 4 really powerful things or tools in his toolkit right now. With the summoner spells, the stasis, and the actualizer. It's going to be really fun to watch Rookie in this next fight to see how he makes use of all of those. I really want to see him get a Void Staff ASAP. You just see all those Merc Treads coming in. That'll really actualize his damage. But for now, he is extremely strong, irrespective of that fact. And let's see if Rookie can take over this fight with his gold lead.
Oh, and Jay Crystal on Elk. He cleanses but dies. Soboro puts him in the dirt. It is now a 4v5 ahead of this dragon. I think IG will take those odds.
Yeah, and this is a moment where your cortisol hits the roof as Waybo. You are so concerned about what's going to happen next. Your most valuable member, the MVP president, just goes down without the enemies using anything. He's just one in Chana Cristolero. He's cleanses and dead. You have to stop them from getting Baron somehow here, and it's not going to be easy.
Almost like he got hit by a bazooka. I don't know, man. But in the end, it's going to be a little bit of a setup from Waybo, and I'm wondering now if they feel confident to even set this up. This is a traditional T1 play here with the Realm Warp into the pit. But it is going to be IG burning down the Baron. Jiejie not looking like he wants to go for it. Does have Flash. Can't go for the smite. Jiejie misses it. It's going to be Photic that gets the Baron. The Equalizer is going to do some work, but Jiejie trying to get back over the wall, but doesn't have any exit tools. His GA will be popped. Xiaohu trying to do some damage over there as well, but I don't think he's going to have nearly enough. The Encore hits on a double, and now they're going after Xiaohu. Xiaohu has to go gold, and he's already used the Emperor's Divide and Way. Goes for the kills. That's going to be a double for Photic.
Oh, it's just so beautiful and glorious. I mean, why is this so complicated for people to understand? I swear. Like, if you just kill the most OP carry, just flip the Baron and win the flip. It's not that hard.
Okay, well, they end up finding a little bit of a recompense here. It's going to be Rookie just using this damage profile to run the members of Waybo down. He wants to kill Elk. Can't do it with the bounce there in the end, but they did end up finding a little bit of a pick onto Zika, and that should be the push down mid lane. With this Baron buff, they could go for permanent damage here.
And that's what I love about League, and that's what I love about LPL is, just think about 2 minutes ago, we would have never seen this coming. IG's literally knocking on the door, MAzel.
They are. Do they have what it takes to finish the job here? You gotta remember, the last time these teams met, they did not win a game, but now they're on the cusp of winning their first in this best of 5. And they will just end up taking the inhib, backing off, getting some of that healing back, and resetting on the map.
I mean, I am still just in awe about how they went from the back foot to this. This curtain call is a prayer, as is this Pantheon.
My God. Desperation, Jiejie.
Why are they clicking forward, MAzel?
Oh, IG took the bait. IG took the bait. Oh, no, it's the entirety of Waybo that just surrounded them. That's the IG team faltering at the last moment. In the moment of greatness, they lose 2 key pieces to the puzzle. And now 5 members of Waybo don't have anything to go grab out on the map.
I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. All they had to do was just escape the recall cancel range, and they would have walked out of there with the highest percentage chance of winning the game they could have possibly dreamed of. But now this game is, again, anyone's battle. That's a really huge 2 picks there onto Soboro Photic, giving them all this tempo to help set up the rest of the map and reclaim what they just lost. And wow, I can only wonder what made them click forward there. I feel like they must have thought they were fully flanked and could not have lived. I mean, surely they didn't think they could turn and win that, right?
I think Rookie was also potentially leading them on. He did Realm War, but didn't take it in the end. But just maybe some communication faltering for IG. Doesn't matter. They still find themselves in a little bit of an advantage. We still have about 2 minutes, a little bit less so, for that next dragon of the Chemtech Soul. It would be Soul for IG. It would be Soul Point for Waybo. I think that's what we're gearing up for next here, Foles.
I mean, you know, I can't help but think that in the year of the horse, these teams should learn how to use these momentous moments and run with them, because IG has been given the blessing of a lifetime here. It's just a matter of how fast can they run, or will their mistakes catch up to them?
You got to remember, oh, they found Soboro. He does still have the flash, but he just goes down. He ends up not using his flash, and now Waybo, they smell blood in the water. Xiaohu tries to go for the kill. That's going to be a fourth shot that lands from Elk. It hits home, and all of Waybo strike into the hearts of IG. Elk's going to outplay Rookie too, and IG have lost everything.
They might have something here if this blue man can run like Forrest Gump.
He's got the moves. Oh, he doesn't have the moves fast enough. He's got Realm Warp, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough to get out. He's going to try to get some damage back.
Okay.
Elk gets taken down. Rookie trying to get as much back, but he gives 1,000 gold over to Jiejie, and now Wei will end up paying the price as well. He goes down to a double kill to Jiejie.
All right, but we can't help but take stock of, is this dragon going to be last hittable as IG? I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. It looks like we have ourselves the fateful 7-dragon game, MAzel. I have no idea who's going to end up with this soul anymore. This game is just a complete question of who makes the final mistake. Because first it was Waybo, now it's IG. It's just going to be whoever gets the last laugh.
I like that statement. Who makes the final mistake? That's truly the epitome of the LPL, as we see Soboro gets completely caught, has no chance to use his flash unless he had preempted it.
Yeah, and then Xiaohu here gets the flash out from Jwei, gets completely sniped by Elk. A little alley-oop, if you don't mind. Meanwhile, these two just absolutely booking it. I would have liked to see them maybe try and get the fruit and play with that HP, but I mean, that is just such a difficult spot to play from. Anyway, I was touching on that Void Staff that Rookie needs to pick up. Once he gets that, he's going to be extremely strong. Unfortunately, he did have to complete the Zonias because he burned the Stasis already. But I'm telling you, man, once this Rise gets that Void Staff, he can literally delete the backline, or pretty much anybody, actually, on the enemy team in a matter of maybe 1 EQ, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think the main damage pieces are going to start shifting. I mean, if Elk and Photic are free hitting, obviously ADCs will always have a little bit of wiggle room, but we're really looking at Xiaohu now to pick up a lot of that damage profile for Waybo, and we're looking at Soboro and Rookie now, even with the setups we've seen onto Soboro, to still be the linchpins for IG in these next fights. We have Baron coming up in about 20 seconds. If either team wants to kind of force it, we do have a lot of damage, and very quickly so, to be able to burn that down. But it's looking like a good old-fashioned NARAM here. All 5 members of both teams circling around the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, this is a NARAM game if I've ever seen one. You just have to. If you don't, you're going to get snapped on by the Rise or the Pantheon.
That was just
we gotta keep
W.
eyes
Jeez.
on Soboro, man. This Varus can either do 10,000 damage or 0 if they find him at the start.
Whoa, okay. I just wanted to check it. Didn't have the scryers, I guess.
Yeah,
was not looking for.
fair
Oh,
enough.
Zika just gets 2-tapped by Rookie, loses so much. Jiejie just wants to go for Rookie. Rookie gonna flash away. Jiejie now in some trouble. He has the GA. He has some time. Waybo are gonna try to forfeit the fight now. Maybe Xiaohu actually looking for a little bit of backline access onto Soboro, who's gonna pop the barrier. That's still gonna be Jiejie falling immediately. Wei still has his GA. Xiaohu getting caught by Photic. Xiaohu going golden, but he will be left to rot. And IG gonna find a third pick. All it takes is one mistake, and Waybo were the ones that made it. IG take full control.
They have no mid wave, so they're not going to be ending mid here. They're definitely going to get the Baron. Oh, they want to end top. They do not care about the Baron. I respect it. This is so based. I don't know if it's going to work, though.
They're going to try to barrel it down. They've got the minion wave coming. They're going to try to get this turret down and take down the base. Is it going to be fast enough? It's up to Elk and Erha to make the defense here, Fools.
He's got Cleanse coming up any second now. Do they know that? He has got Flash. I mean,
they can't wave clear though. They don't
Pantheon,
have the wave clear.
12 seconds, 13. Sure they do.
I think that's just the
but
inhib.
can they
I
even
think
get
it's
the
just the
Baron
inhib.
now? This was such an expensive tempo decision. You already know that Weibo's going to be sprinting at this soft Baron contest. Oh no. Pantheon has ult, MAzel.
Well, last time both junglers missed smite, so maybe it's not up to the junglers this time. As we'll see if he can get in the pit. It's going to be burning down so quickly. He's got to use it now if he wants to do it. Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out perfectly timed. Elk just gets absolutely chunked. Grand Starfall way too late from Jiejie, and now Waybo look like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off, but maybe they can form one giant chicken Mechazord as they take one down. It's Rookie already gone. Jiejie baiting the entirety of IG while Waybo surround them. They no longer have the Realm Warp. They no longer have the exit. And IG, they are going to try to walk their way out with the Baron buff. It looks like they'll be successful. Jwei maybe left a little bit to his own devices here.
I mean, they just got circled like sharks. They're just being corralled all the way into their fountain. This is exactly what I saw coming when I realized they overstayed for the top inhib and couldn't end because the enemy has such good tools to stop your Baron start at the latter half of that play. And the problem is you have to start the Baron. You can't just recall because then the enemies are going to get it. So they force themselves into this extremely precarious position, all because they tried to end top, whereas they could have just gone for the Baron and claimed that the Weibo mistake for themselves, but instead they made a mistake of their own.
How many mistakes do we get, I guess, is the question here, as we're getting to the long con. We got about a minute left for this ultimate dragon. See who's going to end up claiming this soul that they've been both meticulously working towards. And I want to break down, at least with your guidance, a little bit of how these fights should work. Who are the big stars you're looking at to make the difference?
At this point, Rookie with the death cap instead of the void staff. You know, I don't know how I feel about that. I would have loved to see maybe turn something else into that. I feel like Rookie's not going to do that much damage to anybody who has a null magic mantle. So it's going to be Elk who my eyes are on. Even Photic and Soboro are really online. I would put Soboro above Photic though. So let's say Soboro and Elk. Eyes
ADC from the top lane versus the ADC in the bot lane. We'll see if Jin can really come clutch again. Not the biggest hyper carry, but a good cleanup crew. Really need Jiejie to kind of stick the landing here. It is going to be Waybo with first shot at the dragon. They're going to start it up here. Zika's a little bit far away from the team. He's going to have to connect, but he might have a good angle. And Chance Crystal comes in. That's going to be the MAzel's at least. Jiejie going to try to go back in. Jiejie, he gets it. He hits the dragon. That's the soul going to Waybo. Now it's going to be them trying to exit here. They do not want to take the fight. They're going to try to get out with this Baron buff, at least on Xiaohu. I think Jiejie might be in a little bit of trouble, though, with IG giving them a little bit of their own medicine. Grand Starfall exit as he takes the smoothest taxi ride out of the bot lane.
Yeah, the 1v5 Grand Starfall Aura challenge is complete by Jiejie there. That was absolutely swag. And he's got his full inventory right now on the Pantheon. You almost never see this. This champion doesn't particularly scale into the late game like this. But when he has all 6 items like this, these are all really good items too. He is very much online as the Pantheon, completely clutching the game with this smite. Nice MAzel playing back here. Look at this Q smite. Bop. Does not get better than that. From 1700. Clean, crisp. It's going to get them the soul. And now we got technically nothing to fight over for the next 2.5 minutes. But I would not be surprised one bit if we start clicking on each other.
But Fulls, man, how much of a payoff is this? This fisticuffs between Wei and Jiejie, two guys that have circled around each other so many times in the LPL. And here Jiejie is making his triumphant stand by starting off 7-0 on this Pantheon. He is saying that he has found his new home on Weibo. He's trying to bring that home now, though.
I mean, this is absolutely delivering on all fronts for this narrative of which jungler really was the better one. After all, we're literally finding out in 4K as we speak. Jiejie really making the case for himself, but a lot of the members on IG want this win just as much. I really want to see Rookie turn something into a Void Staff here. I feel like, oh my gosh, MAzel, you take over.
All right, he's going to go for the quick push onto the tier 3 there. Will just be one little love tap with a couple plates going over.
I thought they were about to just force the entire game to end there with some kind of Rise Varus front door, cancel the recall base race. But no, it's just a cheeky chunk onto the bot tower. But as I said, we need to see Rookie find an extra item slot.
See if they can do so, though. But still waiting on that kind of final item there. You do have the QSS completed for Elk as well, so there's a little bit more safety still. A lot of tools on either side available for these next fights. About 1 minute and 20 seconds for that Baron. And we are getting to the point of the longest game of the playoffs, including play-ins, as well as potentially the most kills in the game here. We'll see how it turns out as Jiejie face checks a bush. That's just the mistake that you can't have. Weibo immediately flashing out. Jiejie is going to make it out to safety. Still has his GA. Everything is calm for now. Ultimate's used on both sides, but IG want to press the advantage.
I mean, surely someone dies here, no? I mean, look how close and tense this is. All champions just firing on all cylinders, ready. The drop of a pin to just scrap, to just brawl. But somehow we tame the fight there, and Pantheon gets out with just his maw and his flash. But, oh man, you already know the next time everyone starts looking at each other like that, I don't think we're going to be let off the hook without any kills.
And that Mercurial Scimitar completed for Elk now as well. So he is on full items. Everybody's starting to get to that point as well. As you had seen and showed that Rookie had already hit his. Jwei is also on full items. Baron is coming up at that Elder Dragon in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. IG going to try to push the side lane. They're using double solo laners down here. Try to potentially catch Zika.
Oh, he could have gone for the R flash there.
They saw him.
Maybe Zika reacts to
They're
that.
going to try to burn the Baron.
They're going to start up the Baron here.
All right, what's the play going to be, IG? You've got decisions to make. The decision right now is to try to push the base. They're going to try to end the game. Baron is going down low. Jiejie going to smite that one away. They got to try to get out. They're going to try to get to the base. The TP is coming in from Xiaohu. He should be there to defend. Jwei tries to stop him. The encore isn't fast enough. They are going to try to get out now. Grand Starfall coming in. Photic gets chunked there as now Elk opens up shop. The curtain call is there. It's going to be a double kill for Jiejie, and another one goes to Elk. The base defense is strong, and Waybo find another one.
Yeah, and Soboro trying to clear the wave before they get to it, but this Rumble's not too okay with that.
It's not enough. It's like watching Jason Voorhees hunt down his victims in the movies. Zika finds Soboro.
Yeah, it's just so well played from Waybo there. Xiaohu being able to TP out, preventing IG from ending. You can't possibly clear this wave, can you?
Let's see, did Rookie have enough in the tank here? His last remaining member, still about 20 seconds for Jwei. The base is crumbling. Waybo, they look to finish it ahead of that longest game. They don't want to be in that marker, and Rookie is going to be the final one to fall. The Bastion has crumbled. Waybo in a back and forth game one. Take game one of this best of 5.
GG to Waybo and to IG. I mean, we're running it back, aren't we? This is so reminiscent of the first best of 5 of the LPL playoffs. I would not be surprised if we get even more chaos than last time, because what kind of 45 minutes of cinema just unfolded before our very eyes?
It was so incredibly back and forth. Like, so insanely back and forth. The fact that we had Jiejie at 1 point 7-0 in the game, but the lead wasn't set. That almost pentakill by Soboro on the first blue side pick. Varus top lane. Because that's just the LPL meta now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the Varus top lane just completely coming out of the woodwork with the flex pick in the draft. You don't really see the Varus first pick become the top laner, but I guess it was low-key working because Rumble is a hard champ to draft against. May as well take Varus with Barrier. It's kind of a cheesy counter. It did do the trick, and he almost got there. And it feels like they should have got there. It feels like Waybo was giving them not 1, not 2, but like at least 3 chances to say, come, win the game, please. I'm begging you.
Win the game.
And IG just couldn't accept the offer, man. How not?
It's honestly maybe a little bit of what we've expected from these two teams. And we had every iteration of these teams, it feels like, in this game. The missed smites. The ADC is the one that gets the Baron in between both junglers going for the smite fight. Like, we had that play from Jwei in between towers where he dies to Xiaohu. We had so many back and forths in this game one that I expect that to be completely normalized for the rest of the series. But this is also the tragedy of IG so far this split in this year, is they can come out the gate swinging. They will give you some nice punches. They'll bloody you up a little bit. But they haven't been able to close out games. And that's reflected in not only their regular season, but also their journey to get here. Yes, the OMG series was a banger for them. Every other series has raised so many question marks.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I really love about the LPL, though, is like there are some teams like this where they're just not getting across the finish line. Like, there's just some strategic errors or decision-making mistakes, right? But they have what it takes to win, clearly. I mean, they're literally able to go tit for tat, toe for toe in any of these given fights and just win and come out on top, but they just need that extra kind of formula. They got to work on that because, for example, remember, they got this beautiful look. They rise all to top to try to end, and then they threw. There was at least another time where they could have gone for a more conservative decision, and they went for the aggressive one, and that backfired as well. So if they can just fine-tune that recipe for success just a little bit, I think they could have some kind of Krabby Patty formula here, man.
So is like Waybo plankton or like?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I think so.
Yeah, all right. We'll keep that narrative going for sure. Hopefully, we'll be getting the post game graphics here coming shortly. But I don't even know if I want to see that gold graph. That's going to be a crazy one for sure. I want to see the damage numbers though. I mean, I feel like I know it didn't win, but Varus Dusk and Dawn is a hell of a drug, and it only did 30k, so you know it is what it is. But that gold graph delivers every LPL meaning you need.
Yeah, I mean, that is maybe one of my favorite gold graphs of all time.
How many lead switches are there?
Screenshots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't get to. There was at least 9 lead swaps in this game, which you know. That's a number.
I mean, this is awesome. No, I'm taking this gold graph with me, man. This is pure LPL roller coaster cinema. It does not get better. Look at the Ashe somehow last hitting this Baron miraculously with Jiejie just barely not getting it. And that narrative has been hitting so hard, by the way. The Jiejie versus Jwei in the jungle. I cannot wait to see more of that because I hope we get more flips as well, whether it's Barons or frick, give us an Elder Dragon even, man. Come on, give us the real the real juice here. But this is just so spectacular. I mean, and this is what I'm referring to. If they can just have the decency, the civility to just back off a little bit more, just so you don't get teleport,
the step up
deadly
here is
flourish,
wild.
curtain called, and all die. They have Grand Starfall, curtain called, double teleport, man. Just back it up one time. That's all.
So I guess going into a game 2, I expect the chaos. I expect it to continue being crazy like this. Are there big things you want to see or don't want to see from either side? I'll give you the first one as a freebie. Jwei needs to be on tanks and engagers. I don't know. I'm not saying he can't play enchanters, but that man needs to be the frontal engage if IG want a chance.
Yeah, we've seen some good looks from Jwei this season on those kind of picks, and it seems to be that the enchanter playstyle.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's totally valid, man. Nothing wrong with that. But clearly the enchanters, it was looking a bit scuffed. Like, I've honestly seen like some NA Seraphine players do better than that. I'm just saying, man. I mean, we're talking some of these flashes where he's dead anyway,
you're in OQs. That's some of the best of the best, bro. Like,
you already know, man. You already know. So I think NA Seraphine hard clears this Jwei performance. I'm going to say it. I don't care if it's controversial, man. So I fully agree. We do got to be seeing that going into game 2. As for what else we got to see, I mean, yeah, I think Soboro in the top lane on these lane phase picks, it could be nice. I'd like to see him on whatever the equivalent is of whatever's left of like some kind of Rumble top lane. I don't know what that would materialize as. Maybe some kind of Aurora, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the other champ who's just been somehow coming to mind right now is Akali. I don't know who would play it, but I would love to see a rookie Akali.
All right, well, some picks to potentially look out for. I expect... Oh, nice little TP exit there. That was on the 4. We have seen in the last series, Waybo definitely handled them, but you got to win at least 3. And IG have given me a little bit of a hope with this, that they can actually take a game off of Waybo at least.
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe IG should have won this game. So if that's the case, then surely they can do that again, if not 3 times. It's a shame that they don't get that point in the victory column now, because that would really lead to them having a pretty good chance of winning the series, just doing that twice more. But to do that 3 times, it's gonna be a lot to ask. I think if they lock in whatever kind of pep talk or kumbaya moment they can find themselves, maybe if they can shut this guy down, they can do
I don't know if that's happening. The guy's on a mission against his old team, the team that benched him for their now jungler. Jiejie finds MVP for the first game of the series and his first of the playoffs. Really, really well done from Jiejie across the board. Again, I said he started off 7-0. He ended up 14-4. So at least keeping numbers even and all that. But a wonderful performance from Jiejie, a wonderful performance from Waybo, who have truly amped up their level as time went on in the regular season. But that's it for game number 1. Before we get going, if you would like to support the LPL English product, please consider going and becoming a coffee member. Coffee is the best way to support the LPL in every facet, since the vast majority of the payments go straight to the show, either paying the wonderful volunteers that take up so much of their time making this product a thing, and being able to pay our content creators as well. Subscribe to our coffee, linked in the chat, to unlock perks like early access to content like our podcasts, and maybe in the future be able to ask some interview questions to those international interviews. That's it for game 1, though.